Hello my friends, I'm so glad you're here with me today because we are talking drugstore makeup and just to get ready with me, featuring a lot of hits. Actually, it's going to be all hits. Like everything I'm choosing to use today is something I really like. I'm going to be sprinkling in quite a few things that are newer that I haven't really talked about yet. So I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are having a good Memorial Day weekend. I'm actually shooting this on Memorial Day and want to say thank you so much to all military members, families of military members, and those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our country. I thank you very much. Am I cheersing with my coffee? That's how you do on Memorial Day morning. First off, I have not put on my sunscreen yet because I'm trying a new one. I realized that like all my sunscreens are more in the high-end bracket and I wanted to try something from the drugstore. So I found this one from Hawaiian Tropic. It's the Mineral Skin Nourishing Tinted Facial Milk. It has SPF 30. It says it won't clog pores and that it's also reef friendly. So I thought I would use this, and I gotta say it's not quite as tinted as I thought it would be. Like it has a slight like light beigey color here, but it's still, you know, when you start putting it on, you can see that like kind of white sunscreen vibe that I get when I put on like a Vino Baby all over my face, you know. That tint takes the edge off a little bit, but not a ton. I still need some more for my forehead area. So I would say if you're getting it thinking this could be your tinted moisturizer or something, I don't get that kind of a feel from it, but it is nicely moisturizing. Like it's giving me a nice extra layer of moisture, and you know, as just something that can be in the rotation underneath makeup, I think it's a good option. My makeup has actually worn really well while I've been testing this one out. So Hawaiian Tropic. Now next up, I'm just gonna go with an old standby product. You guys know I love my Wet n Wild Bare Focus Tinted Hydrator just for something lightweight. This does not contain sunscreen, by the way, so something to be aware of for your summer looks. It does have hyaluronic acid, squalane, and it is oil free. So I wear this in the shade Light and I just absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. So get a little bit on, dab it around. I mean, if you haven't tried this, I feel like it's so good that it could work for so many skin types, you know? It gives the skin every time just a really pretty hydrated glow, but it's not too much. It's not too thick. And then I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush. I've been using this one a lot more lately. Like, see how pretty that cheek's looking over here? Like, look at that cheek. So pretty. Our park nearby us does a really neat thing where they line the walking path where we like to walk with flags, just tons of flags all the way down. And on each flag, there's a name of a local veteran. And it's really beautiful, but also, you know, very meaningful. So I think we're gonna take a walk over there today. Now look at this. This is so pretty. It's like the perfect level of coverage for a lightweight product. Perfect added bit of moisture for me, and it wears well throughout the day. I've worn this so much. I'm actually surprised I'm not closer to empty on that one. For a concealer, I actually made a repurchase on this. This is my Neutrogena Hydro Boost Hydrating Concealer. I would say I used up probably over half of the one I currently have in the shade Light, and I thought maybe I would go for Fair because I thought it might be more brightening. And you know, holding them up together yesterday, I think it might just be a slightly different tone, but Fair doesn't seem that much lighter. Fair, what I'm putting on right now, seems a little more actually yellowy tone compared to the one I already had. Actually, it might be a little brighter overall. So I love a stick concealer, easy to swipe on, and this one is never dry and cakey, which is really the way they used to be long ago. As many of us can probably remember trying to pick up a stick concealer from the drugstore and like raking it across the skin. Okay, who follows Macy Blackwell on Instagram or TikTok? She has the cutest ideas. And I saw her getting together this little like charcuterie board, but instead of putting it out on a board because it was going to be boat friendly, she's putting it in this like nicely divided plastic container, and all these different sections have something in it. And I thought, what a freaking awesome idea for like people who camp or boaters, or just, you know, it's so easy to close it up and go, right? And she's just full of stuff like that. And a lot of times in the videos, she doesn't talk, like she just presents this great idea in like 5 seconds, and I'm sitting there like, That was so good. Okay, so how much do we love this concealer? It's not going as far for me as Camo Concealer does in the coverage department, but yet it's really vibing well with this look, and it did add some coverage for sure. Next up, nothing new, but I'm going to use a Rockstar powder that I love, my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent. I swear I used this almost every day last week. Love the way it sets the face. So similar to like Laura Mercier vibes, really. Pressing that in. So I've had some people contact me about Bethany Frankel on TikTok. You know, she's from Real Housewives. She's invented lots of things with the Skinny Girl line. And I do know about this, that she's on TikTok talking about an awful lot of drugstore makeup and doing like very rapid fire style kind of hit or miss type videos. And it is very interesting to get that perspective from someone who can, you know, pretty much afford to wear anything she wants. I think it's neat, and I have been following her and listening to what she has to say. She has recommended some good things. She's also kind of casted off some things without giving any real reason why. I think being a YouTuber for so long, that's the thing about TikTok that sometimes leaves me wanting more, you know, is the lack of real explanation that can be given, because there's not that much time. Everybody's just trying to spit out the info as fast as possible. And I'd like to know a little bit more about the why behind this or that, but she's definitely figured out that drugstore makeup is pretty darn awesome. So I mainly set the T-zone there, and then I'm going to grab some bronzer. I am actually loving this new one that I got from the under $5 video, this Rimmel Sun Bronze. It's so cheap and it's amazing. I feel like you could really save some money. Instead of getting the L'Oreal one, you know, the new L'Oreal Infallible line of matte bronzers, you could just go to this line. Like, they both have a range of color options, although the L'Oreal probably does go deeper. So, but look at this, like, it's really good. If you're my skin tone, lighter, even a little deeper than me. I get even more impact out of this one called Sun Bronze than I do the one called Sunlight. I remember when my friend Kaylee was like, we first became friends and we were talking about makeup, and this would have been back in my apartment days. And we were like going through what she had and kind of redoing some stuff. She needed some new makeup, and I remember going to Walgreens with her and advising her to get some of this bronzer. And I think she like completely used it up, went back to it again. This was a key thing. Next up, we have a new thing to talk about that is absolutely awesome and potent, and just, it's a big deal, okay? These LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blushes. Yes, I have them all because they were sent to me in PR. And they are so, so nice. And you can't really look at the outer packaging and think like, oh, these ones are going to be super duper soft and these are more intense. They're all intense, okay? They give off a ton of color. They're creamy. They're kind of thick. You need to be careful with these and gentle with these the way you would be careful with one of the Say Do blushes or one of the Rare Beauty blushes, you know? These are a little thicker than that, and like they say, they're soft matte, so they're not as glowy on the skin, but a little goes a very long way. And their whole PR thing says lip and cheek, and it's really pretty on the lips too, I can confirm. It gives you kind of a matte, sort of stained feel. But I'm gonna take one of these that you might think is gonna be just like really on the lighter end. I'll take the one that looks like it has the lightest packaging. It's called Rosebud. This is really pretty. If you like blush, I feel like you could reach for any of these and be in a really good place. But the way I like to use them is the same way I like to use my Danessa Myricks, with a stippling brush. Now look at the color that just came out of that. Kind of soft pink. I move it around a little bit on my hand. That's the color we're working with. And then I just take, and you could use it like a bare palette, you know, like a little palette type surface for this too, because you do kind of absorb a little into your hand. But this is so pretty. It's better with this brush than any other because these want to be so intense, and this paces them for you. Look at that pretty flush, and it's not super sticky. It's matte. It doesn't really change the texture of your makeup at all. Granted, I put them on pretty sparingly, and this stippling brush technique is so nice. But I'm just picking it up. I've picked up almost everything off my hand now and put it on here. And I think it's so lovely. Now I want to show you another shade. So here's all of them again. I'm going to go with this rosiest looking one called Kiss Up, just to try to show you yet another option. Okay, see that looks more, a little more berry. Thin it out a bit. We can see much more intensity here. And just take my little stipple brush. So nice. I love these. Mega hit for me. Like, I love how I can have the freshness of a cream product, but yet it's not like completely transforming the texture of my look. It's not interfering with the base products underneath. Now, it would pull a little more if you weren't using a really light brush like this. I feel like the brush is very, very key. But isn't that nice? And then, like, look, I've got some remaining stuff on my hand. On the lips, it's so, like, pillowy, matte. Look at this rosy lip. And it could appear much less sheer, you know, if you wanted to apply a lot. I'm just kind of going with leftovers here that are on my hand. I just really am impressed by these. Pretty sure I've used all the shades. I've been playing with these long enough, but there's a look at sort of the range we have. We used Rosebud and we used Kiss Up, so both of the pinkier ones today, but I can keep incorporating these into looks. I think they're a really strong product. And for highlighter, this is nothing new, but very loved. My Lumi Glow Nude palette in Moon Kissed, complete gem. Love this shade right up here at the top. And they don't feel like a super luxurious texture to the finger, but then you put them on with the brush, you're like, oh, it's so like brightening. The tones are seriously just gorgeous. I love it. Glowing, radiant, absolutely love. I've got this CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skincare, the Priming Glow Mist. It says 8-hour hydration, true clean cactus water, rose water, and vitamin C. It's for all skin types. They say you can use it to prep makeup. I've always been like just so into using my own skincare steps. I don't usually prep my face with a mist, but I do like this as a setting mist or a refreshing mist. I will say that. A super nice fine mist, and I do see an immediate effect from it. Everything looks just a little more stepped up in the glow department, don't you think? For brows, I'm using my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. Yes, I do like it. I would recommend it. You know, it's a good product. I wear it in cool brown. I like this or the e.l.f. one in the white packaging too that has a little thicker pencil. This of course just gives the finer stroke, but I feel like I always go through these finer ones faster, but it is a really perfect tone for my brows and just one of honestly many drugstore skinny brow pencil options that are good. And just brush them up. Bub got me started watching Ozark. It's a really good show. It's stressing me out a little bit. It's good. The actors are very good. It's just intense. Like, I'm used to watching American Idol on Sunday nights. That's a different kind of intensity. But I could still chill a little bit more while watching American Idol. Like, he already watched several seasons of this and I wasn't really like paying attention. I think it was back when, probably around the time Bubba was a newborn or something. Like, I just wasn't paying attention. But now he's wanting to get caught up on all that he's missed, and so he's like, well, just go back from the beginning. Okay, we've got some things to talk about from this Diamond line from Physicians Formula. This is the Diamond Mascara Mineral Wear, it says. It's just a clear brow gel, or you could use it as like a clear mascara. I do like it. It's got like a little brush. It seems to be pretty good hold for me. That being said, like, I've got a couple other like really remarkable things actually from this line, and this is one of the less remarkable things. It's just not as unique, you know? But if you need a plain old clear brow gel, and this packaging is fun, it looks like a big diamond. But if hold is your primary thing, I wouldn't say it holds as well as NYX Control Freak. First, I'm going to prime my eyes with Milani eyeshadow primer. Thought you were trying to stick to all total gems in this video, Em. Well, yeah, but I did want to talk about that, just so you knew, because I had several factors from that diamond line to discuss. For my eyeshadow, I'm going to do a one shadow look with something that's very much not new on the market, but newer to me in my collection. I had done a one shadow look recently with the Nude Glow from Maybelline, so kind of like this soft taupe color, but then I have this more cool taupe in Tastefully Taupe is the name. And I'm going to use this today. I really like it. It makes a nice little one shadow look if you use, first off, a crease brush. It's got a little shimmer, and it's medium depth level, so that's kind of an ideal place to find your one shadow options. So you're just going to kind of go back and forth in the crease and slowly build this to where you want it, and then pat it all over the lid with the sponge tip and you're done. This gives kind of a little sort of naturally shadowed look. It's cooler than a lot of crease shades that are, you know, that medium brown in your average eyeshadow palette. And I have a lighter one that's just shimmery, and it actually doubles as a nice little face highlight too. Okay, so nice, easy, soft crease there. Then we just take our little sponge tip, go into the product, and dab it all over the lid. It's going to give you the exact same effect as a flat brush. Look how nice. It's just very everyday. And when I pat it on, I'm going just all over the lid and then just sort of reaching for my crease as well, just a little bit to make sure that whole surface area gets some product on. But that's the eye look, guys. Easy, Tastefully Taupe. So tasteful. Really want to put the focus on this mascara. I was very impressed by this Physicians Formula Diamond Mascara. Same shape and size as the clear, but just black. The brush is like a rubber brush with a curve and pretty short bristles overall. I thought this held the curl pretty well in my lashes, and I like the way it built up. It built nice length and thickness. So we're going to curl these lashes first and then just go on with that. Sometimes I think you can tell what the mascara is doing best when I don't line, so we're going to go line free today. There are a couple of totally flat sides to this where you can get some product just on your lashes and then comb it up through with the bristly sides, okay? And I find that actually very useful because it helps it build quicker. Look how quickly you can get product on those lashes just by using that flat side and then combing it with the other side. And they're not sticking all together, and they're really looking way longer. I think I got a little smudge on my lid there, but you see, like, it's quick. Definitely by far the best experience I've had with a Physicians Formula mascara. So I find myself starting again with a flat side up against the lashes and then kind of turning it. You know what it reminds me of a little bit is maybe an even thickened up, larger lash take on CoverGirl Supersizer. That was doing kind of the same thing with the flat sides and the bristly sides, and that's a good one. See, I'm really impressed by this. I think it's very, very good. There we go, just kind of flick away the stuff. Why do they call it diamond though? It says our soothing mineral-based formula is infused with genuine lustrous diamond dust, okay, and nourishing vitamin E in our fan favorite Mineral Wear Diamond collection. And they do have some metallic eyeshadows, which I probably have them saved on my beauty related highlight on Instagram. I swatched them all. They look really pretty. I just haven't used them on my eyes a bunch, so I can't really vouch for them yet. I'm going to put a little bit of lower mascara on here. This is just my Cali Ray. Won't smudge. And by the way, I found this Physicians Formula to be slightly resistant on the removal. It wasn't impossible, but it just took me a little bit longer, so just know that. Now for the lips. I really like these diamond lip plumpers, again from this Physicians Formula line. They're really pretty, like the packaging is fun. In this PR that I was sent, they're saying new shades. I like all three of them. One is like that frosty shimmer, which I love in my lifter gloss. The one in Pearl. I really like these glosses that have some sparkle in them. They make a really pretty topper. Okay, so it's like they're much more dazzling than even just a standard clear gloss because they do have that little bit of light reflecting shimmer. I'm going right on top of the LA Girl stuff. It's really pretty. These have like a little bit of a tingle that'll start to happen, but it's not a lot. And the texture of the gloss is good, like thick enough to hang on, but not so thick that you're annoyed by it. And I also really like the soft scent that they have too. So that one's really pretty, just the clear shimmer. And I'm gonna try them all on for you. So now we're getting rid of all that base product that I had on from the cream blush and lip and cheek. This next one is called Champagne Cushion Cut. And this has a little bit of a shimmer. It looks like a dusty rose with a teeny bit of shimmer, very fine. And look at the color here. And they're kind of like refreshing feeling, like maybe a little cooling sensation, but it's gentler in that respect than a Buxom or even a Milani Keep It Full. I mean, I love a good major cooling sensation, but just explaining that for those of you who might not as much. Like any kind of plumping indication is subtle. But look at that super amount of shine. And again, tiny little reflective bits in here. This would have played into my TikTok topic this past week. A lot. I was talking about glosses with some shimmer that therefore take the shine over the top. That's so pretty, so everyday. And then this last one called Brilliant Berry Diamond. It doesn't seem to have the shimmer, but it's a super pretty color as well. And there is kind of an element of sheerness to these, so I wouldn't say it's like once the shine wears down, you got so much color. No, they just kind of wear down as a whole. Here's the berry. You see what I mean? As this goes across my lips, you can sense that, okay, that's not like completely full coverage, but it is covering evenly, not streaky, which would oftentimes be the concern with a deeper sheer gloss. Oh man, I love this color. It's so nice. The shine is exquisite. I love the feel. They're a nice quality gloss. So guys, this is a full face of drugstore gems today. Great stuff from the older faves like this and my concealer. Moving into the soft matte cream blushes from LA Girl. I think you want to check those out. The diamond line. I absolutely adore the look of the skin here. I think the blush and the highlight are stunning, but yet underneath all that, we do have really even glowing coverage that was not too sticky, and we were able to manage that as well with the Wet n Wild loose powder that we set everything with. Okay, so I'm loving the look, guys. Great for summer. Everyday basic easy eye. That mascara, y'all, like, wow. That's really good for me. That's really good. So thank you so much for your time. Please let me know if you've come across any great drugstore gems lately that I should be looking for, and I will see you again very soon. I love you. I just burped. Are you kidding? Bye.